Lighthearted and inspirational, personable, and engaging. In the Know with Dukes.
What's good, my people? This is In the Know with Dukes, and I am your host, Dukes. But ladies, as you know, you can call me Justin. I've been looking forward to this. They don't fucked around and gave me a mic. So no telling what we liable to talk about. But we're going to keep it pushing because the music don't stop. So let's get into it. So before I introduce my guest, he known to be impatient. So if I don't hurry up, he going to call my phone and tell me to hurry up. So without further ado,
on set,
I got our special guest, Alvin Watson. What's going on, my brother?
Thank you, man. Thank you for letting me be on your podcast.
Thank you
I really
for being
appreciate
here.
this, man.
Yes, sir.
But I want to go back to this name, Justin. Who?
Dukes, you know.
But you said in Duke something. You said
In the Know with Dukes.
Oh, okay. In the Know with Dukes.
In the Know with Dukes. You hit here, you get to know everything. You get to know about you.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna see what's happening. You know, get under that JSU hoodie you got over there.
Don't be, Jackson State University is what this is.
Yeah. So like you said, Alvin is the co-founder of Kids Are Chefs Academy Incorporated and the owner of OldFashion Health Network. So your mission at Kids Are Chefs Educational Academy is to provide an educational experience for youth and adults structured around classrooms that emphasize overall health, safety, social, emotional, and cognitive development. So how'd you develop that mission?
So the mission has changed several times as we keep going. It keeps changing. As a matter of fact, a previous employee that we had, we all collaborated and say, "Oh yeah, this worked. For sure." Then we came up with this one, and then there's new people on board. And as we keep growing, mission statements are never the same across always. If you're growing, your mission statement is going to kind of be tweaked and enhanced a little bit because nothing stays the same. You know what I'm saying? So
definitely. Yeah. So along with Kids Are Chefs, you also have OldFashion Health Network. Because when I first met you, that's what you had going strong. So what influenced that brand?
So OldFashion Health Network. The reason why I created that is we have a lot of podcasts that we produce on the network. Okay. So we got OldFashion Health, which we call OFH Network. My goal is to have my own television network like CBS, NBC, OFH. Okay. And then all of the shows follow behind that, like In the Know with Dukes, Trying Success, Unruly Philosopher, just different podcasts actually turn into television shows. Kids Are Chefs, cooking and talk shows. So I want my own television network. I already have the content. Get it started.
For sure. So question is, how close are you to that goal?
Well, I have an amazing media team that I just brought on board and with some good years of experience. They worked me hard. I thought I was bringing them on to get me right. But sometimes they make me work. Like today, I'm a little surprised. They made me pull out what I know how to do. So
what they do to you?
Made me work. I'm supposed to be doing what I'm supposed to be sitting here for this interview. But everybody on the team is a perfectionist. Is one like, no, do this, one do that, and then the other one sits back like, no, then we can do that, and then they'll come back and do it.
Alvin, I know you. And
they don't know that.
You don't fucked up by saying this in front of me because I know you.
I am a perfectionist.
And I know it was you that was doing all that, right?
It was because I like things a certain way. Did you hear him laughing in the background?
Exactly, because they know it's the truth. Yeah. They can't hold back. Yeah. I seen it. I got here. I seen you bossing people around.
Yeah, but it didn't start.
I got here. You was already yelling at me.
But it didn't start out like that. I mean, they got all these big television commercials, big television set stuff here, and then we have somebody here that has done stuff as far as you could even imagine on television. And anything else, very creative. Then we have another guy that's so good with the camera that he's been told he's good with the camera phone, just like he has these big $100,000 television cameras that he got.
I believe it. I see it. I think they can do all that.
I'm gonna say.
We know we can do all.
They know it. They can do it.
Yeah, we're gonna say.
So look, before we get into Kids Are Chefs and dabble into the OldFashion Health Network, I really want to get to know you. That's why we're here. I always wanted a platform to put a spotlight on members in the community doing positive things for the community that need to be seen behind scenes. When I first met you, I would have had no idea you was a special guy who was doing all these great things. And people need to support that. So let's go ahead and lay down the foundation. So essentially, I need to know what made you you. So my first question is, where are you from?
I was born in Grenada, Mississippi. I'm from Mississippi. I'm a country boy. Lived in the city, Grenada. Some people pronounce it
Google that shit, 'cause
Grenada.
I don't even
What
know
do you
where
mean you
that's
got to
at.
Google? It's Grenada.
I thought you were talking about one of the little breakfast bars.
That's
Nope.
granola. See,
Okay.
that's what happens when you don't go to HBCU.
Oh my God.
See it?
No, that's what happened when you're born in Mississippi. Only y'all know what's happening in Mississippi.
You know what? When I was a freshman at Jackson State doing orientation, and then somebody asked me where I'm from, I said Grenada, Mississippi. Is that the country? Like, what do you mean? Is that the country? The country Grenada? You know, but no, I think I flew all the way over here to go to Jackson State.
And how long were you in Mississippi?
All my life. Well, so not all my life, because when we were born, then we moved to Chicago, and then Chicago for a while, and then we came back and lived in Mississippi, and then I went back in Chicago again after left Jackson State at internships and all that kind of stuff with different companies in Chicago, and stayed there most of my life, and decided one wintry, very cold wintry day. I was like, I was working for AT&T at the time. I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna be able to do this no more. So I told my boss, it's like, send me anywhere where it's warm. I don't care where it is, just send me somewhere warm. I had never come to Atlanta before.
Huh.
But I wanted to go to law school, which was always my dream. I really want to go to law school so bad. I started watching some old law stuff, and I thought I want to go back to school and then go to school to be an attorney. So I got here and I got a chance to work with some very, very good people that were in they were attorneys. One specific, he's not with me here anymore. Senator Leroy Johnson. He's the guy that got Muhammad Ali license back when Muhammad Ali refused to go fight because of the war, and I ended up getting a chance to work with him, and he did me like analyst on how to get away with murder. There was this case he was working on, so I was doing all the research, doing everything to get the case together. So I came back, and so he's like, let's sit down and talk about this case. He's sitting at this long table, and I'm sitting there. I was like, so he started asking me questions. He said, so tell him about the case. Long story short, he says, who's gonna win the case? I was like, well, we'll probably win. He's like, so how you feel about that? I didn't like it because the person that we were defending actually did it. Huh. And it made me feel bad. I was like, yeah, I can't do that. So he said, yeah, maybe you don't want to practice criminal law. I was like, okay, cool. So, but anyway, it
wasn't for you, huh?
No, because it wasn't giving back. It was taking something from somebody that had done something wrong, and we were going to support them. You know, that law thing just wasn't it.
For sure. Well, look, just like you do in life, you're moving fast. I'm trying to get to know what made you as a young jit before you became this young, successful, multi-billionaire. What made you who you are? So let's slow down. You're from Mississippi.
Right.
When did you get to Chicago?
So I was in Chicago through kindergarten, first grade, came back. Oh, no, we was there a little longer than that. That's some time now. And then we came, I think I was in Chicago till the fourth grade, maybe. Something. Yeah, it was because that's a horrible time.
But
so
you was really back and forth for real.
Yeah.
So you was a country boy in the Chi. So you was part country, part Chi. Now they call Chicago now Chirac. Was it like that when you was coming up?
No, nothing like it is when I was coming up. And so to go back to your question, what really made me be the man I am now is actually my mom and a whole lot of other older adults. For sure. That especially older people have really been a highlight to make me do the things I do. My mom for sure, and elderly people. I've always had this passion to want to sit down and listen to them, ask a million questions because they don't get tired of. You know what I'm saying? You can ask all kind of questions. So
you say your mom was one of your biggest inspirations.
My mom worked for herself, and out of all the kids, I'm the only one working for myself.
Wow.
The rest of them was like, yeah, no, we're gonna need that check on the 15th and 30th. And me on the other hand, like, yeah, I'll take a chance and just send me a pink notice. I'll pay it for the lights to go off, and if I don't, hey.
Wow, that's a blessing right there. Mm-hmm. So your mom was your biggest inspiration,
yes,
and you had to learn a lot of tough lessons.
A lot.
What was one of the biggest lessons you learned from your mom?
Oh boy, I'm so glad you asked that. One of the things my mom told me: the only way you lose is if you quit. And there have been some times when I've been like, yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this. But then I keep hearing her voice even today. It's like, baby, the only way you don't make it is if you quit. So, I didn't quit. And there are things where, you may have to delay and then go back and finish and start, but don't ever just quit. Don't ever quit. Just, take a breather, take a rest and continue on, So that was the biggest lesson I learned from my mom is never to quit regardless to what you're doing. So
you have your mom, mm-hmm. you have your members of your family. Did you have anybody in your running crew, your clique, one of your boys that was one in your corner, supporting you and knew you could be all that you can be now?
So I'm the clique. I'm the clique. So I probably was the one that was always telling everybody, man, this is just like contradiction. Telling everybody else what to do. Like, yeah, you can do this. Why you doing that? You don't have to do this. You know what I'm saying? So whatever my mom told me, I would just tell everybody else. So I guess I had there were a lot of people in the clique, especially at Jackson State, friends of mine that God, they're going to think I'm crazy, but I was the one always telling them about, what do you mean we going to go get something to eat? What do you mean? So I kind of was that person that was always pushing and leading for the most part. But they were all part of the clique because I always felt like I had to be the one to make sure that, everybody can eat, everybody can do what they can do, you know what I'm saying?
For sure. So this sincere person that I've grown to know and somebody you've always been since a child.
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
And that comes from a place of just knowing struggle, knowing what it is to be without.
Yeah, and so to be without, to others that's listening, so it doesn't mean not being able to eat or anything like that.
Sure.
Most of the time being without meaning you don't have quite what you want at that time. But to say that we always ate, my mom made sure we had plenty of food, everything. We single family home. So I got this thing when I hear people talking about a single family home, you need both parents. That is not true. I know y'all can shout that out.
Amen.
And
Me too.
Yeah, you don't need that. So yeah. So being without is not something I have to honestly say I know. I know delay.
For sure.
But to be without means just not now.
Exactly. So it's kind of stupid to ask now because it sounds like you've always been the person you are.
I have.
But when you were young, did you ever picture yourself owning your own business?
And let me tell y'all, my first business was selling candy.
Same here. I was selling a big giant lollipop.
Yes.
For $1.
Yeah. Man, you was high. What do you mean?
Look. Yeah, man. Look. Yeah.
$1?
God, think this is early 2000s now, so I know they coming to school with it in their pocket. So me and my homeboy, I swear to God, we used to order about 500 lollipops from this website in China, and we would come to the middle of school with backpack full of just lollipops. That's it, just straight lollipops. It got to a point where it was so bad, they called us to the office, told us we had to stop. They said we was making too much money, and the vending machines wasn't making no money. Now, how does that sound now? Like, you being an entrepreneur now, how does that sound to the school telling the kids, nah, don't do that. You making too much money for yourself.
So you know what you do? Like in Chicago, you find you a new block. And you just keep selling.
See, like, I don't know what kind of blocks y'all was doing.
I'm just saying. I mean, you just find so you do just find.
I'm gonna go to another school. I'm gonna just transfer.
You don't go to another school. You just sell in a different area of the school. You tell everybody, hey, listen, I got these pops on the low, but we owned by the gym. You get.
So you were selling candy at school?
So no, I wasn't selling candy at school. I had listen. So my aunt used to sell candy, and all people in the neighborhood, and some of these people that's behind the cameras over there can probably relate to the candy lady at home that had the candy. See what I'm saying?
You should have called the candy lady because
she was the candy lady.
Y'all know, man. It started sounding like something else to me.
Listen, they had this box. Now I ate up the majority of the profits, but I mean, still the candy lady. So I mean, we used to sell the candy. So I was supposed to be selling them, but she was really selling them, and I kind of would eat most of it.
Right.
That was my first job.
Right.
That was my first. So I realized I was eating up the profits, but I couldn't realize it because she still was giving it to me like I wasn't eating up the profits. So I didn't really learn that part. But yeah, I've always my first I've always
slanging candy. So what side of Chicago was you slanging candy at?
So no, I wasn't slanging candy on the west side, but I'm not on the west side. That was in Mississippi. But let me tell you, so oh God, I didn't get a chance to do the entrepreneur thing as a kid in Chicago.
Okay,
I got a chance to do more of the entrepreneur thing in Mississippi
for sure.
It was safer.
You're right.
Yeah. In Chicago, we spent more time trying to make sure you made it home, or if you had to fight that day,
it was that bad.
So when I say bad, it wasn't bad like it is now. Back then, a fight was just a fist fight. You know what I'm saying? And then you get laughed at or something like that, or they used to do this thing like you be in school and somebody looks at you, be like, when the bell rings, you're like, oh my God. So you either gonna run home.
You was the one bullying people.
No, I never did that. I was the one that would try to take up for somebody.
Right.
Yeah, but I didn't really. I wasn't like that.
Never said meet me at here at 7:30.
No, I do that now with the grown people.
Yes, that's why I'm scared.
I'm just kidding.
See, y'all heard that, right?
Y'all heard. I don't do it. I did it with the grown people. I tell you what.
Listen, y'all, never, ever, never give up. Never quit.
Welcome to Old Fashioned Health Network. This is my studio, you all. I finally finished my own film, radio, audio production studio. And I just want you all to see and be encouraged that you can do anything you want to do. The only way you don't make it is if you give up, if you quit, if you stop. You gotta stay focused, stay prayed up, and that's all you need. And when I tell you, I did this, you all, without, man, when I tell y'all the money wasn't there. It was just, you see, I'm pulling up the carpet, I'm laying the floor all by myself. I had to go to YouTube University and say, okay, you only got like $500, $600, $1,000 here, something that you could work with. You go find you some flooring, you go find you some glue, you go look at you some YouTube video, you go get you some paint. And this is the results of not giving up. You know, when you keep trying, doors will open for you. People will come out of nowhere and say, hey, I can do lighting for you since you don't know how to do that. I got my lighting done. Of course, it cost me, but my point of it is you can't get anything if you don't do something. You have to step out on faith. Don't just, man, I'm trying to encourage somebody. I know there's somebody that's watching this video, that there's dreams that they have, aspirations of things they want to do. Don't just be about a conversation. Be about the action. Stop talking about what you're going to do. And stop being afraid. Guess what? You don't have but one chance at this. This was done in the middle of COVID. I even caught COVID, and there's some other things I did in the middle of catching COVID that you're gonna see. Don't let anything in life stop you from your dreams. The only reason why your dreams are not coming true is because you have chosen to give up and to stop. Do not give up. Go to oldfashionedhealth.com and you'll see a lot of other things that this production studio has allowed and afforded me to do. Be blessed, y'all. Please, whatever you do, don't give up. Don't give up.
Man, so that's crazy. So Mississippi, Chicago boy, didn't think he was going to be an entrepreneur, but you always had it in you, and here we are now. I love to hear that. So your child, you want to go back to Mississippi so you can go to the greatest school in the world, right?
University, yep.
So was it always HBCU for you, or was it just Jackson State University?
So it was always, I thought it was always HBCU because I never gravitated to anything but HBCU because my family is all HBCU and most of them Jackson State.
For sure.
Unfortunately, there's a few of them that went to Alcorn and stuff, and I feel so sorry for you guys, you know.
What you got against Alcorn?
They didn't go to Jackson State. I mean, I like the other HBCU. We even had some to go to PWI, and I really feel a little something for them too. But I mean, you know, hey, everybody can't.
I'm not gonna lie, that hit me right here.
Yeah,
because I'm gonna say it now, and I hate to admit it, but it's been a long time now. So my whole family went to the AUC, you know. So I was born to either go to Clark or Morehouse. That was it. That was the only two choices I had. And you chose. I didn't do neither one of them. I went to South Georgia, just Georgia Southern University.
God. How's it feel for doing homecoming and stuff like that? Don't you feel some kind of way? And they all talking about homecoming. You don't know what homecoming is.
Actually, yes, I still went. But
you go to other people's homecoming. You don't go to your own.
I don't go to my own homecoming.
Y'all know they don't have homecomings at PWI.
First of all, I'm not driving 3 hours to go to the corn.
But they don't have homecomings at PWI.
They do.
They have barn fires. I mean, they don't.
You from Mississippi?
I am.
Yo, you actually had barn fires just to have them every day.
Now, understand, we don't have barn.
Y'all had cows crossing the street. You know how I know that?
But barn fires is not native to our cultures like that.
Oh, yeah.
See how I said that?
So, no, I got family from Meridian, and they are people. And
they don't do barn fires. Shoot. Those are cookouts. You getting them mixed up. Was it fish involved and all that?
I don't know what it was. It was Mississippi. I didn't know what I was eating.
Those are not barn fires. We don't do that.
I don't know what I was eating, man. But look, I trusted it. It was from Mississippi. Yeah. So we in Mississippi. JSU was always the plan.
So long story short, when we were sitting on my aunt's porch, and so graduation time when I was graduating from high school, so myself and some other my cousins and stuff, we sitting there like, oh yeah, we gonna go. I'm going to school at FAMU, and I'm going to school. We were picking our own schools, right? So my mom's sitting there, my aunt's sitting there with my cousin, and they go, well, baby, we don't send money to school nowhere but to Jackson State. Where y'all gonna get your money from?
Nah.
Or my mom's like, you better go somewhere close because you ain't gonna be able to get no help. Because mama ain't got no money like that.
She was for real too.
I ended up at Jackson State. Loved every minute of it. But you know what? I'm gonna tell you, I had an opportunity that I immediately. Now I was in the band when I was in high school and college.
No way.
Played tuba though.
My dad played the tuba.
Yeah.
He always talking about how y'all was the best section ever.
Always, you know, brass is the section.
But at JSU, y'all was good. Y'all was
are still good. Yeah.
Y'all went to the battle of the bands and all that.
Always. We every time somebody see us, they want to battle us. People start stuff with us. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't never heard about y'all though. So
really. But you watched the Super Bowl. You never heard about us.
I was surprised I was there. I thought that really was,
But you would only be surprised because you've seen and heard of us before.
My favorite HBCU is Texas Southern.
That's not an HBCU. It's not a real. I mean, it's an HBCU, but it's like
TSU, Clark Band, Norfolk State.
Are you talking about like
and
a band?
Of course, FAMU band. Bethune-Cookman. Those some bands right there.
I'm so lost.
I saw them. I didn't know.
So you hadn't been exposed to a real band before, is what you're saying? I had
been exposed to all the real bands.
But not the real bands because you had not seen or heard about Jackson. I'm going to even get Southern, Alcorn, those schools.
Nah, Southern was getting down.
You were talking about SWAC schools. You had not heard of those real.
So I'm not giving y'all the credit y'all do, huh?
None of us. And I'm standing up for Jackson State. Southern. Alcorn, Grambling. I'm just saying. Y'all, you won't hear this again, but they're my family.
That's your family, huh?
Mm-hmm.
So, what was the atmosphere like at JSU?
Oh my God!
So when Alvin hit the campus, what was you doing? I was
class,
so right?
So when I first went to Jackson State, I was so lost and nervous. I was so nervous. So real quick, let me tell you the story. I went to school so long ago that my mom let me use her car. My mom let me use her car to go to school my freshman year.
How close you live, huh?
No, it was 125 miles.
Oh my God.
So I'm like, my mom's like, well, you can use the car. You know, it was for the weekend for orientation. It was that Thursday, Friday, and come back over the weekend. No, Sunday, because we had band camp and all that kind of stuff.
For sure.
So anyway, my mom said, okay, you can use the car, son. Gave me some money for gas and everything to help me over, and I had my dorm set up. Justin, I got ready to leave. Now, mind you, I'm from Grenada, Mississippi. At that time, there was Greyhound and Trailways. Don't laugh. I know y'all know about Trailways. You got people in the back. I know y'all heard of Trailways, right? Railway. So, yeah. So,
what's that for the people that don't know?
Yeah, before there was Megabus, there was Trailways. But anyway,
thank you, because I cleared that up.
So instead of me driving to school, my mom, I left home going to Jackson State, left early that morning, and I was scared to drive my mom's car. So I left the car. I went to the bus station in town, downtown in Grenada, left the car, and got on the bus and went to college. So I wasn't thinking. The cars at the bus station. Wasn't thinking about my mom was gonna see it, nobody gonna see it. Small town, right? So I'm in orientation, and you kind of meet people and everything. We in the classroom complex with 2,000 freshmen, and so I get the lady on the mic. She says, "Is there Alvin Watson in the audience?" I'm looking like I don't know these people. I'm not saying anything. So one of the guys like, hey, "Isn't that you?" I was like, "Yeah." She said, "She's calling your name, man." So I go up. She said, she puts her hand on the mic. She said, "Do you mind if I use you as an example?" She said, "Your mom and your family is looking for you. Go to student affairs so you can talk to them. They're worried about you." I was like, "Okay." I go, "Hey, Mom, what happened?" She's like, "What happened?" I was like, "Mom, I was scared to drive the car because I'm a freshman and I don't want nobody to be like take my mama's car. I was kind of scared to drive the car. Right? Yeah. So, Justin, I get there. I get to the phone. My mom said, "Okay, everybody's looking for me in the family. Nobody knows where I am." So they thinking something has happened to me.
Because they can't call you on your cell phone.
Because they can't call. Well, no cell phone.
And
right?
No pages.
No pages. No pages. No cell phone. No, there was none of that. Right.
They put a little note on a cow.
They call you right.
Send it down the street.
Send it down the street. Yeah. Pony Express. Send up a smoke signal.
Exactly.
Anybody seen my son?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so I get back to the athletic. I get back to the classroom complex, and everybody's looking at me like all weird and everything. So I said, "That's like, man, you ran away from home to go to college?" It's like, "No, what are you talking about?" The lady told the people I ran away from home to go to college.
What the hell?
So that was my freshman year orientation for the first semester. people thought I had ran away from home.
That's what you were known for.
To go school. Yeah,
That's crazy.
yeah. But I mean, that was my.
So outside of making national news for running away,
I know, right?
what other interests did you have in college? Outside of the band, you was a tuba star.
So I didn't know whether I wanted to major in marketing, computer science. It just felt like I wanted to do everything because Jackson State, the teachers, the instructors made you feel like home. You know, they would kind of get on you if you wasn't coming to class, if you didn't, if you did you go to church, son? Like Miss Wright. I mean, if you go to church, bring us a program, give you some extra 5 points for class. Just like you felt like you was. Of course, we all lined up, went on right down and got our program, came on back like we stayed. We didn't stay for the whole stage.
You went to the end, didn't you?
Yeah, we just went to get the program so we can get them extra
appetizing offers. You didn't even put nothing in the plate.
No, I was in college. What you want me to do?
I don't know.
I was on work study. I didn't have no money. Ties. I told Rem, I'm not going to do this ties off for these next 4 years.
Is this for me?
Right. Yeah, so yeah, that was. Yeah, that worked.
It worked. It was crazy.
I worked at the bookstore. I worked at the bookstore. I worked. I think I worked at the. Yeah, that was all. I always worked at the bookstore because you get your discounts for your books.
Yeah. So you were smart. See, I was dumb. See, one thing I have, like I told you, I regret not going to HBCU.
Yeah.
Because everyone always says they care about you more.
They do.
They'll be on top of you. Everything young nigga like me needed. I was at school. First of all, I had my own car freshman year in college.
I did too.
But see, you was your mama's car, right? And
no, I had my own car.
Okay, you were just good then. See, my dad told me not to have
first
one.
Before I went to college.
Me too. I had my first job at Brewster's, Kyle Parkway. What's up?
Brewster's. I worked at the grocery store.
I made $8.25 an hour. What's up?
You made twice as much. I mean, you got to remember when I went to work. You wow.
$8.25 an hour. So when I got to school, I thought, I was grown. Not psych. My dad said, "Look, Miriam, don't let that boy take his car down to school. I know my son. He's gonna be around all those women, driving around. I didn't live on campus because there was
I did the first year.
Too many freshmen at the school at the time, so I didn't live on campus." He was right. Should have went to HBCU. I should have went to all school. I got into Hampton, Howard, Morehouse. Should have went. Would have been way different.
I try to tell my friends that didn't go to HBCU. We still family. Now, you still family, and you can go sign up and take an online course and do something like real talk. I've
been thinking about going back to school
just to get you some hours. Yeah, just make up, get you.
You know what I'm saying? That way I can say I'm an alumni.
Yeah, somewhere. I've been trying to look. I have a buddy, man. He always talking about.
We're gonna talk about this after the episode.
I said, hey man, sign up for an online course. Take 1 hour or something.
I might need to do that. That way I can get me some, Jackson State colors.
Right. So I went to Jackson. Listen, it took me so long to. I went to Jackson State, had an internship, came back, went to Jackson State, had an internship. I didn't even clear out the university properly. So, just like, but I had to work.
So, Jackson State, I got to ask you, and you know it's coming. Mm-hmm. Obviously, you've been gone a long time, so you was not around when he was there. But Deion came and made some things happen. So, I have to ask you, because he's been gone now, he's moved on. Mm-hmm. So, my first question is, what impact did Deion Sanders bring to JSU? And what impact did he have in just an HBCU in general? Okay, so I'm so glad you asked me. Deion brought a great marketing machine behind him because he's good at what he does. I mean, he's been a phenomenal athlete for a long time. So his marketing machine was just genius. That's the one thing. The morale was great. He brought some good morale to the school, to the city. Right. So that was one of the great things. The players were so hungry to play for him. Exactly. Now, if you ask me how much further do I think he could have gone versus going to Colorado, I think you didn't ask, but I'll just say this. I think that had he stayed at Jackson State, it wasn't that Jackson State loved him, the SWAC and the MEAC, exactly, and all the people loved him. For sure. It wasn't just Jackson State. We all, every other HBCU, every other everybody, they loved him. So what I saw him being is another Roger Goodell over the SWAC and the MEAC, which means he could have $7 million would not have been able to touch what he could have done. It's like having a whole culture of people at your disposal because we all love him. You know what I'm saying? Everybody loves him. I mean, he could go to anybody's house in Mississippi and they'll pull out a plate and put everybody else out to make sure the man eat him in. They love him like that. And I get that. That was the only thing
if I had a chance, I was like, I understand you know, your career moves, what you chose to do, however you got there. I mean, that's neither here nor there. For sure. The part that I think that he cheated himself out of was the fact that he could have ran a whole complete football program. He could have left, even if he had just left Jackson State and said, I'm gonna restructure the SWAC and the MEAC. Wow, would have been gold.
Didn't think about it like that.
Yeah, that's the only thing I hate.
So I I was gonna ask. So how did you feel about it, and do you think that what he did was wrong of him to do? So what I'm gathering from you is that it necessarily wasn't wrong to get it,
right?
But there was so much more that he could have done, and that's probably why the majority is so upset about his departure.
Right. I think. Well, the other one are looking short sighted. I'm looking far out. How, as we think Roger Goodell is NFL,
for sure.
That was Deion SWAC and MEAC.
So I'm not too familiar with what's going on now because I didn't really get a chance to really read the article. But I hear there's some things going on in Mississippi and Mississippi school system right now.
Yeah, they are talking about budget cuts in Mississippi, and there's a list of schools. A lot of them HBCUs: Jackson State, Alcorn, Southern Alabama, Jackson State, Southern, Grammar. I mean Alcorn. So all of the SWAC, all the black schools that are in Mississippi are on the chopping block. There's other schools on there, but they're talking about closing for budget cuts. But let me tell y'all something. Look in this camera, really good. If black people would get out and vote, we wouldn't have some of the problems we have. Now, I know some people say voting don't matter, but it's so hard for me to believe voting doesn't matter when the opposing person wants to kill you so you can't vote. They want to change and move the goalpost so you can't vote. They want to do all these things. So if they recognize that that's how they stop you, why can't you recognize and not do something about it so you won't be stopped? Now, you know, there's a lot of conspiracy theories. All I'm asking you to do is just use what they're trying to take from you to get what you want. For sure. If they voted, we wouldn't be worried. Jackson, Mississippi is 90% black or more.
So with voting, what else can help?
Support your local schools and business, local blacks, HBCUs, and support your black businesses. But we will turn around and if everybody that graduated from some of these HBCUs were to just give $1 a month, $12 a year, it would be in so much better financial situation. And then don't be one of these people that feel like you got to be seen just because you donate money. Just do what you do behind the scenes. Everybody don't have to see what you're doing. You know,
right.
Just do it in secret. You know what I'm saying? But some people think, well, I got to have my name on the building and this and that. I want to show you that I donated this amount. I don't tell people what I do. I don't even care if you even know. You know, I just need to be able to make a difference.
So, tough question, and I hate to ask it about my people, but do you think that's going to happen? Do you think people from, alumni of these schools are going to come out and support?
Oh, this is what we're going to do. We're going to pray about it. That's the first thing we're going to do. You know, it's the first thing we say. Well, let's pray about it. Y'all need to get up and pray and start doing something. Just saying.
Hello, action.
Yeah. And then you're going to have one or two of them that's going to rally out and say, we're going to raise some money. It's a little late for that. You need to vote. You know, so what's going to be done about it? I would say, I don't know how much they're going to, I don't know what's going to happen. I can't really say, but do I think we're going to do something about it as a people? We're going to talk about it, complain about it, fuss about it, talk about what they're going to do. But you won't get one to donate $1 to either one of those universities.
For sure. Well, I know if people, hear your words and follow the steps that you're taking, that something can be done about it. I pray that all goes well there because I would hate to see that happen.
Yeah.
There's a lot of kids there that need that. Yeah. They can't go out of state. They need that in-state learning, and I hope all goes well there.
Had I not gone to Jackson State, I would not be all of the things, Kids and Chefs Educational Academy, the Kids and Chefs Cooking and Talk Show, OldFashion Health Network, Home-Based Marketing, which is my marketing firm. All these things that I do, it's because of Jackson State gave me a chance.
Wow. So, and that's a great segue right there. So Jackson State gave you all these skill set that you have.
Right.
And you left Jackson State and you get into corporate America. How was that? Talk about your first years in corporate America.
I would have to tell you, some of the companies I worked for, I had a ball. I ain't gonna even lie. I had a good time working for AT&T. I had one or two situations where it seemed like I had some. There's always gonna be a discrimination challenge. And I did run into that. I ran into that really hard working in corporate America. But I still had fun, and I like I tell people now, I took what the system is designed for not me and used it to design what I have now.
Now hold up. Now let's get to that.
Mhm.
How'd you do that? Because I'm gonna be honest. People like me, sometimes when their environment isn't what we want it to be, we let it affect us. We let it get to us. We let it deter our entire day and mess with our integrity about work.
Right.
So how'd you stay positive and just kind of get through that?
So you got corporate America that have all these different training things that there's different trainings that they send you to and all those things. And every training I went to, I would keep the manual, keep it in. I said, okay, I'm gonna use this when I start my company. And then to tell you what happens when you go into business for yourself, those same trainings that you learn in corporate America, they offer these trainings for you to take as an entrepreneur yourself. And it's like, no, I already took those trainings, consumer behavior training and all those different diversity training. I took that training when I was at AT&T, when I was at Siemens, when I was in knitting industry. Wow. I learned those trainings, so I just kept the manual and I just changed the names to protect the innocent and put my own, and I use that to teach others. So thank you, AT&T and the rest of that. I appreciate that.
Shout out to AT&T and all those other big corporations. Yeah, look what we got now.
Yeah.
So you was chilling, man. You was in corporate America. You were doing well for yourself.
Yeah.
When I first met you, I think they even said they had to create a job, a role for you. They didn't know what to call you because you were doing so much stuff.
Are you talking about here at AT&T?
I'm talking about at AT&T.
I don't know if you're making that, if you haven't, but I really, let me tell you, when I transferred from AT&T here, I created a job for myself to come here. I really did, because I was a union steward at the time, and I convinced when they transferred me, I started working at the Twin Towers.
Hold on, I don't mean to interrupt you. Was it AT&T? Was it singular?
It was AT&T.
Okay.
AT&T boss.
Time frame. I need to know.
AT&T. And I got there, and by me being a union steward, I told my boss, I said, they was firing people, a whole bunch of stuff. The atmosphere wasn't there. That was just one everybody liked. And so I just said, listen, when I was at AT&T, this is my role. I think we should create the same role here. I'm already doing the job. I was the liaison between the management and between employees.
Gotcha.
And so before somebody got fired, like, well, what's the problem? So I just had, I couldn't stay on the phone. I said, hey, this is Alvin at AT&T. I mean, no, I'm not able to do that.
So you were firing people?
No, I made sure as many people I could did not get fired.
Okay, I was just making sure we were gonna clear that up.
Yeah, no, people fire themselves. I would not fire. I've not had to fire anybody since I've been working for myself, or since well, it was this one person, but otherwise, most of the time, people fire themselves. They want to tell you what to do with the stuff you create. How you just gonna tell me? I had an employee to tell me that told others that they didn't feel like I knew how to run my company. Nah, I promise you. That they didn't feel like I knew how to run the company. Now, the one I started, they didn't feel like I knew how.
Anyway, he better look around. Hello.
Yeah.
So
I kind of felt bad for them.
Corporate America, AT&T, they done created a whole new job for you. You're here. You live in Atlanta. And that time period was cool here in Atlanta too as well. Right. Why you leave? You had it made.
Leave Atlanta or leave AT&T?
Leave AT&T. Corporate America, you doing great.
I came to AT&T to learn so I can create my own. I didn't go there to stay.
So you knew you was on.
I was definitely. Listen, and y'all, I know. So when I left AT&T, I'm the one, and I'm just aging myself. My first thing I created when I left AT&T, I started a telephone book for people that had pages and cell phones, and it was called the Beeper Pages.
That was you?
That was me.
Oh yeah.
I
was too young. I don't know what was going on,
but it was a telephone book for people that had pages and cell phones. And I created the book. Bell South at the time started getting calls. He was like, who are you? What is this book? Because people started calling Bell South and say, hey, my name is Alvin. I want to put my cell phone in your phone book, because people didn't want to get out their phone number. So long story short, Bell South liked the idea, called me. It's like, listen, so come on, tell us a little bit about how you did this and what can we do? So that's the first thing I did. I started this company called the Beeper Pages. I had the little logo. It looked like sound waves coming out. It was in a box, and it looked like, okay, this guy's really legit. So that was the first thing I created when I left.
I would have never known that. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
You started a whole wave.
I started that, and I started one other company, Barack. The reason why I'm calling out his name, because remember when? No, you may not remember. So
I don't know. I might.
Okay. So remember the airline industry was complaining about the cost of fuel?
Yep.
Okay. So I came up with a plan to help the airline industry save $5 billion.
How you do that?
So what I did was I figured out that when you ever pay attention to how they wash the planes all the time?
Never in my life.
So they wash the planes, and I was like, why they? What does that do? And I was told that it made the plane a little lighter. I couldn't understand how that was the case, but I guess the engine with the soot or whatever it is, it didn't cause and the dirt.
Yeah.
There's dirt on the plane,
And all the dirt.
and so
bird
it
shit
then
on
made
it.
the plane
Yeah.
lighter. And then I was watching the news one day, and I heard them talk about the carts, how they was too heavy. I sat down and figured out if you take off these bags, I did the math to take off the luggage on the plane only if you was traveling for more. If you was traveling for more than if you was traveling for at least 4 days, then I would take your bags off the plane, wouldn't have them fly with the plane. I would have them couried to your location. So I had did all logistics. I had gotten DHL on board and did the numbers and it calculated out to save about $5 billion for the fuel industry. I got all my stuff together, met with Delta at the time. I was all excited, and math is not something that I like, but I like to save. I like to figure out how I can make some money. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I wrote this out, and the whole thing was if you was flying to Chicago and you were gonna be there for 3 days, then you could take you could actually take your bags. But if you was gonna be there for a week, then what we would do is I'd have DHL come to your house, pick up your bags, and they would truck them there, which would be cheaper than putting them on the plane. And so the weight of the plane would be lighter and wouldn't cost as much for fuel. That's how I came up with the calculations. And so I sat down with Delta Airlines, all excited and everything. And it was like, so how did you come up with this? So I gave them my spiel and everything. You work for the airline, don't you? Yeah, I do. I work for Delta, and
Nice.
but I was in the baggage area. So, I'm weighing the bags and figuring out what's what, and that's how, I figure out how to do. Okay, so, I do. So, sir, that is an amazing idea. The only problem is we cannot pay you for this idea because when you work for a company, y'all, listen to this. When you come up with an idea, they own the rights to it because you work for them.
I had to learn that the hard way. Can't talk about that right now.
You know what I'm talking about, right? I think you talked to me about that. So when
Hello.
you create an idea, just leave and then you come out with your idea. Don't come out with your idea. They gave me all the kudos, and I think you can get a $25 gift card, some BS like that. But
That's
so so what I did was, since they wouldn't pay me, I sent that plan to the White House, to Barack, to the White House at the time when Barack Obama was in office. Right. And I sent it to all the other airlines that, well, since you're not going to pay me, I'll make sure you don't use it. So I sent it to everybody else. I don't know whatever happened with it, but
they're definitely doing things like that now.
They are.
Which is crazy.
DHL was so in love with me because it was going to help them when they logistics and make them more money and all that kind of stuff. Because I had already tried DHL for another corporate thing that I came up with the whole numbers and logistic thing, and then I came out with another business to use DHL. I've been kind of
and that's just so crazy to think about because I've been in a situation before where here I am thinking I'm new to the company. Mm-hmm. I want to show that I have innovative ideas and like I'm a team player.
Right.
So I used to keep all my docs open. You go on my Google Docs, you can just open it and read it. And I thought that was the way to do it because we were such a transparent company, just shared everything, right?
It's transparent, all right.
So I'm thinking I'll keep the docs open. Mm-hmm. My upper management will see it, CEO will see it, and they'll applaud me for it. Tell me, have a conference call with me, tell me how great my idea is, and I'll get something forward. I didn't even care about the monetary value of it. I just want to be recognized.
Wow.
Next thing I know, we having meetings, and some of this stuff is sounding just like what was in my notes. It's crazy to me because this is how I got hired because of my ideas. Right. So I'm thinking, right, they're gonna bring me on board. I'm about to be like half project manager, half engineer.
Right.
Nah. Long story short, what ended up happening is they let me go because they said that my current role I didn't have an interest in. They knew that due to all my other ideas I had, and it was best for us to part ways because we were both mutually unhappy.
Not you, but it's me.
Boy, so that was a learning lesson for me. I ain't sharing no more ideas.
Yeah, don't do that, y'all. Please, especially you people of color.
So what would be the thing you tell somebody? You got an idea in the company. What was the best thing to do?
Save your money. Get as much training as you can that you're going to need to promote that idea you have. Set yourself up to be ready to leave, and keep in mind when you start your own business and you leave, You only eat what you kill. It's not like the 15th and the 30th. And if you're not willing to lay it on the line, don't do it. Because there's gonna be some times, y'all. I'm gonna tell you. I remember this lady called me one, Mr. Why you getting paid your bill? I said, girl, you sent me a note. She said, I sent you a note. I said, was it pink? She's like, no. I said, well, I pay on the pink nose. I don't pay on the white nose. What you talking about? I'm self-employed. I don't pay on no white nose. Matter of fact, just say that true.
Join Kids Are Chefs Educational Academy, where we provide an educational experience for both youth and adults. We offer both in-person and online learning. To learn more or join Kids Are Chefs Educational Academy at chefs.com. That's kidsairechefs.com.
So Alvin, you was tired of people pretty much taking advantage of you. It sounds like.
Yeah, and I needed room to be able to help others. You know,
For
even
sure.
with the things that I'm doing now, and I've learned stuff from. I'm older, but I learn a lot from people that's younger and older. I try to suck up like a sponge. There's a guy, and I call him my business partner. He is so smart, Justin. He's so smart. He has a podcast called The Unruly Philosopher. He's smart, and I like to pick his brain because my mom said you can learn from everybody. And I ask him questions. He'll until he get tired of me asking questions. But he's smart. But you know, sometimes we can be really smart. And if you're smart like that, it is important that you have a teachable spirit. You got to have a teachable spirit. I know you may know a lot, but it's important to have a teachable spirit as well because you know a lot, but you may not know it all. Just like I learned from the young can learn from the old and in between.
Oh yeah, you know, I think in athlete terms. So the way I hear it is, you got to be coachable.
You got to be.
You can have all the raw
talent
talent you want, but if somebody can't teach you nothing, like what you good for?
Yeah, and don't get. I would encourage you not to get in your own way. If somebody got 10 years or 3 years or a day before you, give them a chance to tell you don't step in that pothole.
For sure.
Give them a chance. Don't read your way out of it because you may see something that somebody else tell you. Unless they stepped in the pothole, you know, you want to listen to the person who listen. I did this and it didn't work for me. Don't read what you heard somebody else say. Say, well, it's not really a pothole. Okay.
Well, go find out yourself.
Go
find out yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So, Alvin, you know, you're so mentally strong, and everyone can't be that.
Yeah.
So, being that you are mentally strong, being that you did start your business, what did you have when you first started? Did you have financial support? Did you have anybody believing in you? How was that?
I had a dream and a vision, a determination to do this by any means necessary. You know, when people quote any means necessary a lot.
Yeah.
But do they really do any means necessary? Does that mean like you're going to lose a couple of cars? I've had cars repossessed. I've been through it all. Checks. When I tell you, and that's the thing about an entrepreneur, someone won't tell you the whole story. They'll just tell you part of it, the little policy. Well, I went to school and I got my degree. And I got a business loan. Nigga, I couldn't get a business loan. My credit wasn't good enough. What do you mean? You know, I leveraged my belief and my determination. That was my credit.
Wow.
And ain't no score higher than that. There's no credit score higher than your determination and your belief.
For sure. So you got here, and tell me about your first office space, first studio space, because you didn't have much support.
No.
You had to get it done, and there was no room for discouragement.
No, you mean the first school, the first one,
the first school, the first studio space. Yep.
Yeah. So let me talk about support. There are people that will support you. So all support don't look the same. All support is not created equal. So you know that. You know, some people like to. Some people, I say, treat you like an insurance policy. Just in case you pay off, they just pay a little something toward the premium, just to help you out. You know what I'm saying? Just in case you pay off, let me just stick with you for a little while. But then you got some don't have any vested interest in you doing nothing but making it. Wow. That's all they want you to do. They don't care. They will go with you until the end. It's not one of those people that, listen, I done gave you $3,000. That's all I'm going to give you. Bruh, I'm trying to make this. It may take me another couple more $3. Well, that's my cutoff. But be good with that. If that's their cutoff, that's their cutoff. Right. That's it. And don't be mad when you are, this is a vision you've been given. So everybody's not gonna see your vision. So you just have to go along with and they don't see what you see. So you just have to keep going. But my very first place, I built it out myself. I put down the flooring, painting, and all that kind of stuff. I was in here late at night, in the other side, doing all the work.
Wow.
Got pictures and images and videos.
Had you ever done that before?
No. The only thing I'd done, I had not laid a floor before. Painting and all those kind of things, yeah.
Right.
But putting down tile and all that kind of stuff, and yeah, no, I hadn't done that before. So I had to. But I mean, I didn't have the money to do it myself. I mean, you know how I made some of the money to put my flooring down? I took my rent money and bought some stock. And I washed it every day. And every time when it would increase, I'd sell it and shave it off and take the money that I made and buy some tile. And was it Robin Hood?
Yeah.
Them jokers called me and told me, you can't, day trading requires you to have 25,000. I ain't got 25,000. Well, you can't day trade no more. Because I would take, so for instance, I'd sell my stock, take my rent money.
Yeah.
And I put all my rent money on the stock, and I'd be watching it. If it went up, like I made money off of Snapchat, Delta, and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
When I saw it go up like $1 or something like that, enough that I could watch it before it get close to me to pay my rent. Because if it started going down, and I took that money out and sold it that same day, I did 2 transactions like that. I got a message, you cannot day trade. Well, I didn't know. So
you know, broke the system. And you know what's crazy now? I think now when you do download Robinhood, it's in automatic like rules. You can't day trade.
Oh, but I got a solution for that. I got a buddy of mine really good at Ryan has taught me some good things. So I have now you can get there are apps that would allow you to that are not from the U.S. that will allow you to day trade.
I'm gonna, hey Ryan, if you're out there, I'm gonna need you and Alvin to sit down with me and show me some stuff now.
Unruly Philosophy, check him out.
I know.
Yeah, but that's how I learned how to. Yeah, that's how I take my money and start buying a little towel and ask people to help me. You know, man, begging people to help. The hardest thing about having a business is when you have to beg for help.
Wow,
that is so hard, y'all. Because I can say, Justin, give me $100 and pay it back to you next week. Next week come up and your damn tires then blew out. So then I'm like, you gonna get my $100 back? Hey man, listen, I had I could
what happened was
you like, nigga, I don't care. I want my $100. And so now I'm looking at you looking at me like that's your business. You the one decide that business. So now I'm looking crazy because I ain't got your $100. That's your business. You the one decide to go in business. So now you mad at me. So then you start making enemies like that. That nigga don't pay nobody. Damn. I wasn't that one trying to pay you. My tires blew out. How I'm gonna make us some money? Right. You know? I'm just telling y'all. That's how it worked. You know?
Oh my God! And you still didn't give up?
Hell no. I mean, I couldn't pay him his $100 back. But
right.
I'm close to being able to pay it back now. I'm gonna give it back to you. To me, what you want me to do? But you know what? There's a book, y'all. There's a book called. There's this book. The Richest Man in Babylon. If you're in business and you're struggling, wanting to pay back, can't pay back, embarrassed because you owe people, don't want to show up at no party like that. How many people you owe in this party? You know, like, don't you owe, man? Why y'all breaking this up? I mean, you know, and then they want you to go. They want you, come on, hang out. You just want me to hang out.
Come on, hang out, nigga.
How I'm gonna hang out?
How I'm gonna buy you drinks? Nigga?
And listen, and get this. Don't owe somebody some money and you just happen to have to buy you a pair of socks. Nigga, them socks look new. I mean, right. I ain't got no socks. Look,
and then we pocket washing, right?
They be pocket, man, you can't put on nothing new. You got to wear your old clothes.
I see you went grocery shopping. Nigga, I gotta eat.
What do you want me to do? You know? But yeah, so this book is called The Richest Man in Babylon, right? And this book is about this man and his wife. They were struggling so bad. All of his friends, a lot of his people had turned their back on him and how much money he owed. And so he went to him and said, well, let me just give you, this is another thing people don't like. So I borrowed $25 from you, right? I said, I'm going to give you $25 back on Friday. I can't pay it back. You pissed off with me. So then when I finally cut your way, I said, I'm just going to give you $5 a week. You look at me like, no, I gave you $25. I want you to give me the whole $25 a week. Yeah, but so with The Richest Man in Babylon, he made payment arrangements, couldn't give him but a little bit. He'd take a little bit to pay them, and he'd take a little bit and pay himself. And he put the rest of it in his savings. By the time he paid everybody back, before he got a chance to pay everybody back, he had amassed a lot of wealth. And then just before he could pay everybody, somebody said, oh man, you just hold on to that money. You need anything I need.
Pretty much was like a brokerage.
Yeah. So he managed to pay everybody back, save his money, feed himself and his wife, and then people wanted to loan him money. So, you know, so I mean, it hurts to want to do and can't do. It hurts to struggle but you got to keep the blinders on. It's not going to be like that always. Just keep going.
I wish I could do my rent like that. Just pay a little bit.
No, they put you on out about the rent. They don't care about what business.
They put a little red slip on you.
What church you got, go to, none of that. And oh man. And I hate to tell church people this. I was a faithful. I pay tithes, you know, and then I had to realize Georgia Power and care about them tithes you pay.
They don't.
They want you to pay them.
You gotta pay Georgia Power first.
Georgia Power.
I think Jesus understands.
Right. And so don't get caught up in. Don't pray yourself out of into hunger. Don't pray yourself into struggle. Do what you can do, because the only person that needs to know what you're doing is the God within you. Nobody else. Don't let these preachers preach your ass out of the house. You know what I'm saying? And your lights off and all that kind of stuff. I'm telling you.
I sleep anyway. I don't be sleeping in service.
Sleeping service.
I don't be sleep. I said I be sleeping anyways in service. I don't even hear it.
Oh, they're gonna wake you up for that offering. You ain't gotta worry about that. That basket gonna be like
they're gonna be jingling theirs too.
Right. Hey, wake him up with that niggas to get the money. Right.
So you get through it all. It's tough times.
I'm still going through it every day. I mean, and so now I'm living my best life. And I'm gonna bring this guy one more time.
What's your favorite saying? Go ahead and say it.
Myself.
Hey Alvin, how you doing today?
If I get any better, I don't know what I'm gonna do with myself.
How many times a day you say that?
I mean that from my heart. I promise y'all. When I say that, I don't care how big. Every time somebody call me, anytime somebody call, they got to the point.
Hey JR, I'm taking the over 10.5 on that one. You probably say about 10.5.
I say it every time anybody tell you, I say it every time, and I honestly mean it. I really am so serious about that. I don't care when I wake up. I'm like, man, listen, because I wake up, be like, oh, it's gonna be. I'm gonna have me a good time today. So if something happened, then it's like, okay, well, that's gone, and I keep going. Because you don't really have to wake up. If you ever think about it, you don't have to wake up. You really don't have to wake up.
Stay in and stuff. Start your day.
Yeah, you can just die and not wake up.
I guess that's true.
Yeah, you don't have to wake up, and then you get a chance to see the sunlight. You can actually see the sunlight. It's like, wow. You know, I get so excited when I wake up. I really do, y'all. I'm not a good person. I wake up, be like, huh?
Walk into this beautiful school.
When I walk into my school, sometimes I have to believe, like, I cannot believe I have an actual school. Mind you, I was a C student in school.
Really?
Man, I took the
With them big glasses?
I took the ACT test twice, almost 3 times, make the same thing each time.
Wow.
A 9 on the ACT test, y'all. And now I have a school.
That's
teaching
crazy.
Math, science, English, coding.
I don't know if I want to send my future kids there.
I got a question for you.
See,
so pretty much you still learning. You the student at your own school.
See, I was gonna let him slide with you.
You the student at your own school.
I'm gonna let him slide. So y'all, my media team. So one of my guys, the guy with the cameras and stuff, I said, "Where's your monitor?" You know, his thing was I couldn't get it in the car. Justin, the monitor is probably 32-inch monitor. He got a whole car. You couldn't get it in the car. Floorboard, seat, anywhere. You could have gotten it. I was like, okay, cool. But I know he liked bells and whistles. Right, so what he did was he already knew this television. He planned it just right. So he knew this television was already here. I know this is what he was thinking. So he gets in it. I said, what you going to, oh yeah, we're going to just use the TV in the front. Oh, really? So he had all, because he likes bells and whistles and things like that. So he got this big monitor. Y'all can't see it right now. Oh, no, I wasn't nervous because he knew what he had it planned already. But he used that for me because, see, what he thought was if I asked Alvin to let's use the television monitor, he probably gonna say no, but I want to show him what it's gonna look like. Right. So that's what he did to show me what it looked like. He think I don't know, but I'm like, cool. So he's over there enjoying it and everything. So that's what happened to the television.
So I hope you know what that mean, right?
What?
The fact that he couldn't even tell you what he wanted to do because you're gonna have something to say is crazy.
Well, what he was, I'm a visual person.
Right.
And so he said, well, if I let him, you know, he said, if I let him see it, because I can't sell it. Because he's like, I want to get it done.
It's crazy. Alvin's a visual person, but when you ask him to watch something, he don't watch it.
No. So I was gonna let you slide too. I was gonna let you slide too. Since you brought it up, I told Justin. I said, Justin, do your podcast. How long have I been begging you to do podcasts? We didn't even talk about the radio show.
I'm an honest person. So Alvin's probably been asking me for a solid year now,
right,
to do a podcast,
and that's because I believe in you, right? Constantly, I believe in you more than you believe in yourself, Justin.
Yeah,
y'all. Let me tell you the name of his first. Tyler of his first show. You want to tell him? Go and tell him. Why you looking at me? Okay, there right there. So there right there.
I'll tell you. What? The name of my show I want to do was going to be called Dukes Ain't Shit.
And what I tell you?
And you said, Justin, I don't think you want to represent yourself like that.
I didn't say it in that same voice.
You said it just like that, actually.
No, I didn't say that.
Yeah, he did.
That sounded a little
before
different.
So he got cornrows now. So he think now he got cornrows. He wasn't sounding like that.
I said, Justin, hell no, that ain't gonna work. You're not gonna do that.
He said, I don't think that's a good idea, Justin. And I told you, it was just a play on words. It was gonna be funny, but you was right. You was right.
It played right on out of the window. That's like So anyway,
I think I still want to do something called "You Ain't Shit" though.
but just not your name, right?
Just not Dukes. Ain't
Okay,
shit,
so
just you ain't.
that's
shit.
me. So I'm always a positive person, wanting to get the thing. So I've been begging Justin about this podcast for the longest. So Justin sends me these other podcasts to watch. I'm not interested in watching anybody else's podcast. I want your own
some of
creativity.
my favorites, the Pivot, Gills,
Right?
Arena,
But he's trying to get me
Club
to watch.
520.
But I didn't need to watch them to believe in you. I was like, Justin, I got it. You know what I'm saying? Be you. See what I'm saying?
See, it wasn't
Did
about.
you hear the editor?
Y'all are some very smart individuals.
Okay, but you heard the editor say, "Be you."
He said,
He's on your. The editor gonna make you look good.
That's facts. I just wanted you to see what I was talking about.
But I didn't need to see what you was talking about. I needed you to see what you could see you was capable of doing. Your podcast is gonna be better than those guys.
And y'all, this conversation that we having right now went on for an hour and a half.
Every day, all the time, and then Justin gets on the phone, and when he calls, he be like, "Okay, I know you're gonna say. Just let me say it first."
I gotta give you a preface every time because if I don't, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna start like trying to break it down before I even start talking. So I gotta let you know what's to come.
Where you here now?
I'm here. I'll say this.
What?
For anybody out there thinking you can't do what you believe you can do, just do it. Wow. If you got a friend like Alvin telling you just put yourself out there, just believe it. Do it, because once you start it, you'll feel good about it. You'll love it.
Justin had a radio show too. What was the name of your radio show, Justin? That I pushed him to do. Come on, tell him. I had to push him to do it.
It was called After Sports Talk.
And he was good.
My boy Bo, we did great. It was really fun.
Yeah.
Definitely a learning experience talking about, sports every Monday at 5 p.m.
And Justin got talked about really bad because he like myself a Falcon. We're a Falcon fan.
Are you a Falcons fan or are you a Bears fan?
No, I'm a Falcons fan.
You a Falcons fan?
Yeah.
We're going to have to get into that. We're going to get into what the Falcons doing. But, I don't really want to get into that right now.
Okay.
I don't really want to get into that. But before we get into that, I want to talk about, we talk about these struggles.
Okay.
Where are you at now? How are you feeling about, your current school? What's to come? What's the next big goals?
Okay. So I want you all, first of all, make sure you subscribe. The commercials going to come up where you see Kids Are Chefs. Kids are the letter R Chefs, Educational Academy. Now, where I am today, I'm feeling better today and every day than I was the first day. Every day keeps getting sweeter and sweeter. Even in the roughest of time, it keeps getting bigger. Now we started out with these as big as this location we have now. And now we have acquired a couple other spaces in the building I hadn't talked about yet. And we're offering a lot of great programs here. So I feel really good. I don't do it based on what we don't have. I base it on what I know we can do. I base it on where I know we're trying to go. I don't look at, how are we going to get this done? I'm not worried about how we're going to get it done. Let's just do it and we'll figure that out as we go. So I feel real good about where I am. Feel real good.
And that's what I do too much of. I always thinking about the how.
That ain't my job.
And like you just do. And
that is not my job.
Out.
You cannot believe that there's a God in you and you're going to work at the same time. We're not doing that. I'm not going to stay up and you up too. No, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing it. I am going to bed and we'll just work it out. And you have to believe the God that's in you. A lot of time we were taught in church that, well, you just pray to God and these things are going to happen. But then if you read anything, if you read the Bible, he says you're going to be able to do even a greater work than me. If you made in his own image, that means you're a God, right?
Absolutely.
So what's the problem?
There should be no problem.
You're going to have some because you're going to have some, but you should be able to overcome them. If you keep
having
going.
all the problems. I don't.
Justin does not have all the problems.
I don't know why.
Justin create in his mind that he having all the problems.
Nope. That's not true.
Really?
I be having problems.
Okay.
I create 90% of them, but the 10%.
Okay, well, just as long as the 90, as long as we got
the actual real life 10% problems that I can't control.
You only have 10%. Do you want to talk about some people? Grady is like down the street, man. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I got him on. I got him on speed though.
Yeah, but Grady has way more problems than you do.
Grady Hospital?
The people that's at Grady.
I don't know. I think they just pretended.
Oh, okay.
I'll just play. I'm playing. They not pretending.
Okay.
All
right.
So Alvin, man, look, I hope your kids ain't watching because if y'all it's time to go to bed. Because what I'm about to ask you now,
I'm listening.
Ain't for the kids. You got your hat on backwards. Got the cornrows in your hair.
Mm-hmm.
That means you've been around some young things, huh? So my first question for you is, how many sugar babies you got?
They're called sugar mamas.
Yo, you got some sugar mamas, not sugar babies.
They're called sugar mamas, and I don't have any sugar mamas because I don't like a lot of shit. I know. So one of the things I learned about, since we're gonna talk about relationships, a little bit.
relationship with your sugar babies? Go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have a lot of admirers, and I'm not even dare start naming location because there's a couple places that it's like, let me just not even go in there today. And I don't even know, I'm not even used to that. Like, don't be doing that. Like, people be, like, I'm not used to that.
When you go in there and drop the bag off?
No. When I go to the grocery store looking for the things I like to eat, which is I'm vegan, there's people that pay attention to you didn't know paying attention to you like that. It's like, what's going on? I never knew. You never know who's watching. I didn't know that was going on. But so speaking of the chicken wings, I don't like to lead people on at all. If I'm not interested, I appreciate it. Thank you, and keep going, because I think it's wrong to mentally and physically manipulate somebody when you know that that's not your mind. Thank you for admiring me. I appreciate it, and keep going. But just to put a notch in your belt, it's just like planting a seed. It's gonna come back up, and you're gonna regret you did it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So respect is always first for me. I appreciate you admiring me and knowing.
You tell them just like that. I appreciate you admiring me.
Yeah, I do. Thank you for admiring. I think you look really nice. I've had people to pull out pictures, and she's like, "Don't you think I look?" Yeah, you. And I
They pull them out on site.
I was at a grocery store, man. This is like a couple of weeks ago, and there was this young lady says,
"Hold on, which store so I can go there to?"
Because I still go there, and I don't want she may see this podcast.
If you decline it, I'm accepting.
And mind you, he says accepting sight unseen. So
hey, I mean, if you took time to talk to him, it must have been a looker.
She stopped me.
You gonna be like Smokey?
Right.
So and she's like, how do you think I look? I was like, you don't guess no woman's age when they ask you that. She make up something real low, like 17, 20, something.
Hold on, pause.
Right, it's like
stop saying 17.
No, I'm just tell us that she looks like the woman is clearly about 45, 50.
Right.
But
you
get a real low number, so you won't be like, it's like, and then when she tells you like, God, you really, and and then she's go, I dress up well, don't I? Yeah. So and then I was like, she's like, well, why you ain't paying me no attention? Girl, I'm in the grocery store buying groceries. What you want me to do? I'm looking for groceries, not groceries. She was
waiting for you to ask her to come over and cook the groceries.
No.
You're busy, man, Alvin. We want to go home, sit down, have somebody come cook.
I cook really well. Can I get an amen in the back?
Amen.
I don't need nobody to cook for me. I cook really well.
So you cook well. Is that why you started doing Kids for Chefs? Kids Are Chefs, because you cook so well?
So I honestly started doing Kids Are Chef cooking and talk show to get kids to start talking more and get things out. So Kids Are Chef originally started, it's still a cooking and talk show. So for instance, they would invite you on the show and you would cook with them and they would interview you on all things, whatever the topic was. If it was sports, they talked to you about sports. We had bullying, we had technology. We had different topics. So that's why I started Kids Are Chef cooking and talk show. And then it went on into education.
You just an overall good role model, aren't you?
I am.
So since you know
I'm
how
not
to
Charles Barkley. Charles Barkley, he's not a role model. Charles, don't call me. I'm just saying. He said that.
So what are you just?
I am a person that's trying to serve a purpose in any capacity that I can, and I don't know what that purpose may be at any given day.
Well, right now I need you to be my counselor, relationship counselor for all the people that's watching. Mm-hmm. So you know how to treat women. You don't lead people.
Period.
You know how to treat people, period.
Right.
You don't mislead women.
Nobody.
And so I would like to say you're a stand-up guy. So you the opposite of what the people say a fuck nigga is. So my question is, Alvin, what's a fuck nigga to you?
I didn't really hear that term until I got around you, to be honest with you. I'm like, I don't know what Justin is talking about. He always coming up with something fancy like, Justin, where'd you get that from? But if I had to go by the term, I would say anybody that disrespect women and other people for no apparent reason. That to me would be that.
Just straight disrespect.
Just disrespect.
Don't have nothing to do with like relationship status. Or what
Not
you
at
do.
all. I think people add tags onto relationship to
Not
just
fuck,
to
nigga.
yeah. Because I mean, I know some. What's the senator in Carolina, the black guy, or either the Supreme Court justice.
You in the horse race, dude?
Yes, him. Yep, him. Yeah, that would be one.
Oh yeah,
Clarence Thomas.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh
God, yeah.
That's what that would title. Let's actually. So we're using the word nigga, right? You use it a couple times. You didn't ask me, but tell me how you feel about using that word. Apparently, you don't have a problem
About using the word nigga. You know, it was a point of time where I tried not to say it. I really did. I promise you. I tried not to say it. I would replace it with ninja and niglet and all this weird shit, but it just didn't pan out for me.
Right.
So I think technically we probably shouldn't use it. You know,
Why not?
but at this point we own it now. We make that word something. To me, when say my nigga, like I feel like I'm family.
Right. Yeah.
I feel closer to them. If they don't say that, then there's friction.
So let me tell you, I have no problem with the word. I have a couple of friends that like, I can't believe you saying the word. Nigga, you wasn't even enslaved. First of all, let's just start with that. But the N word is no different than a regular cuss word that you may say something to somebody in a disrespectful way if for the purpose of what you're using it for.
Exactly.
So if you me and my brother, we use it all the time. These niggas here, we do it, and we laughing because it's a turn. I understand people that may have lived their life, lived in that time, and understand that the way it was used in a disrespectful way.
Right.
I won't call you. I won't call you no nigga.
Right.
But
was all my other niggas?
Ooh,
yo, I like it.
I mean, I know. Yeah, I know. People take it the wrong way, and this is the last day of Black History Month, right?
Right.
I know some niggas. I'm telling you, I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, in this,
right, a nigga.
Hey, y'all. I mean,
a nigga is a nigga.
I got so comfortable with a white dude one time. I called him a nigga. I said, "What's up, nigga?"
Right. It just be like that. Sometimes it can't help.
And he should have been. And he should have been glad. I mean,
you made his day.
It took him up for a while. But we known each other almost 20 years.
Right.
So finally, he probably go home and be like,
I can come to the picnic.
They call me. Yeah, I'm one of them ones.
Right. But now I will tell you this. Please don't mistake. I don't want no white person call me no nigga. That ain't what you want to do.
Right.
Yeah, you don't. And with a hard ER too, it's gonna be a problem. Yeah.
You from Mississippi? You ever experienced that?
No, I haven't.
That's crazy, for
real? No, I haven't. I've never heard a white person call me a nigga. Actually,
that's crazy.
I don't think nobody's gonna be that bold to do that. I really don't believe a white person.
Surprised, man.
No, they'll be surprised.
Let me tell you about one day. It was
you had somebody call you nigga?
It was I ain't never gonna feel it. 9:37 in the morning on a Tuesday, and I was walking to the college buses. Yeah, man, this shit was hunting.
You was going where?
I was going to the back on campus. So I was off
the
campus
PWI.
Yeah, the PWI.
I mean,
I'm in Statesboro, Georgia.
What you expect? We don't do that in Jackson State.
Anyway, so I'm walking down, and I see this little F-150 drive by, and all I hear is nigger.
Listen, if somebody call you a nigga in an F-150, you need to run because they're gonna hang you next.
First of all, I didn't think it was real. I ain't gonna lie, because it ain't never happened to me. I'm from Atlanta. I grew up in Cobb County, and the whites there wouldn't dare say that to my face.
Notice he said the whites there.
The whites there would dare say that to my face.
You said
we're gonna have to talk about it one day. That story about what happened, but they would not dare.
The whites there. It's just like the black people. With the blacks over there. That's what you
I just want y'all to know who I was talking about.
Okay.
But they wouldn't dare say that in Cobb County. So when I came down here to Bullitt County, it caught me off guard. So to hear you never heard that in Mississippi is wild.
No,
Especially Mississippi.
No, I've never, and I lived in the country, and never heard. I can't remember any white person ever called me a nigga. No, I don't think. I'm so glad. Ooh, thank you. That wouldn't have been good. Nah, golly, I wouldn't have no kids or chefs or none of that kind of stuff. When I tell you,
you wouldn't be here, huh?
I'm about
to
be
sitting down somewhere else.
Ask me another question. I'm about to get mad.
You'd be in another kind of facility, huh?
Ruckers or whatever, some racket hours.
Well, be getting swole.
Right.
Cornrows be real long then.
I'll be a real nigga then. Like, woo. Lord, I'm so glad my mama ain't watching. She may be watching it.
Mama, I'm sorry.
No, my mom, God rest her soul. We've never had that problem. I've never been called a nigga and not by no white person. But you niggas call me niggas all the time.
All the time. I call you every time I talk to you, I call you a nigga.
I know, right? Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, man.
But it's okay.
But
because I can feel the love when it comes from my own people.
I mean it in the best way possible, I promise you.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Speaking of niggas, apparently we supposed to get one come to the Falcons. Do you think we're gonna get him?
Now this is gonna be deep. Atlanta still has a racist problem going on. Right. And the energy behind that and the negativity has not been watered down, cleared up, anything. So it's hard for us to get, in my mind, anything because they racist in Georgia. They really are.
So you saying from the top down, huh? I ain't naming no names, but you saying from the top
they
down.
ain't give me no check, so hell, yeah, yeah. Because I mean, you have to be willing to, when you take a sacrifice for right, then good stuff will happen for you.
Right.
And that's why, I mean, we all suffering from these losses, but I mean, you suffering more because you behind this team.
Wow. So with you saying that, it kind of makes me feel like if he does come here, he won't be treated right.
It's not he won't be treated right, but he won't be treated any better than the ones we've had before.
Like Vic, huh?
Yeah.
So I gotta ask, and I'm gonna ask everybody that was around to see it. Could they have helped Vic more?
Yes, they could have helped, and they should have helped him more. Look at all these other football players that have done even worse. Way worse. And what's the guy name play for the Steelers?
Ben Roethlisberger.
Yeah, Ben Roethlisberger. And some of the others have done other stuff way worse than a dog. And Vic wasn't even at the place when he with the dog.
So it was a setup the whole time.
Whether it was a setup or not, what they did not do is set him up to not be mistreated.
Man, I'm convinced, and I've always been convinced that if Vic did not go to jail and he was here for that 04 season, I believe it was the 04 season, they would have won the Super Bowl.
Of course, and Arthur Blanks and the rest of them know they would have won the Super Bowl. But I'm gonna tell you something about them, Arthur. I'm just gonna give you a little help right here. There was something he had to kind of turn his head a little because he would have lost some status himself because there was heat on him to do something. And for me, I don't think he was able to stand up and say, "I'm willing to take it to help Vic." So he, in his whole realm of success and all the things, and mind you, he has people that he does business with as well.
For sure. Yeah.
So he was gonna lose too if he had stood up. So I'm not just saying that he didn't do it because he did not want to only, but he had some heat on him too. But sometimes you got to be willing to take a punch or die for something that you believe in. You knew the man was a good man. You knew it was a mistake and you should have stood up for him. But then you got Home Depot and all these other places like, so you ain't gonna do nothing.
Wow.
And then he probably would have hit him in the pocket or something.
Wow.
But so he just had to, like a lot of white people, they turn and look the other way when they know racism, some of the stuff they do is wrong.
Right.
But when you start hitting them in that pocket, that's the problem with us. If we start hitting them in the pocket, things will change.
Right.
It'll change. Stop shopping your ass at these places. And I don't understand why people in Atlanta, listen, why y'all celebrities, you, go to these restaurants and get mad because they mistreat you.
Who do that?
I'm just kidding. Other celebrities, not you as a celebrity.
I don't even go out. I don't even go outside.
But why do they go to restaurants and then get mad because they don't treat them right? Just don't go no more.
Yeah. Just walk out.
Just walk out. I mean, and I'm not gonna boycott you to let me come back in there. I don't want your food. I don't want your clothes. I don't want nothing. I'm just not gonna go. All we got to do is stick together, even if it means just stop going and supporting these places that don't support you. That's all we got to do. That's it. I cook my own food. We teach sewing class, and I just told Miss Tal, make you to sew a couple clothes for me. You know what I'm saying? We could do enough to survive.
Show me too. I'm trying to make some fits for myself.
We teach sewing classes over here. They got a whole group of kids that sew whatever you want.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Sound like a sweatshop in here.
You see, it's niggas like that. That's what I'm talking about. See, that's the reason
why you ain't paying these kids.
Why you can't get rid of the word.
You ain't even paying these kids, man.
You can't get rid of it.
They're here sewing up shit for the whole block.
Oh my God.
I was wondering why this little business over here has some new shirts made. You had the kids in their slaves.
Y'all, he lying. We don't make the kids work like that.
Y'all just playing. They learning good.
But Miss Taylor, you know what she does for her kids? She to teach them. She tell us to don't throw away your clothes. She teach the kids to take them loose. And then show them how to put them back together again.
That's amazing because I'm sure you'll never know there's kids out here that could be ashamed of the clothes they have. Yeah. And now they can go home and fix it and nobody ever know. Wow.
Now I'm gonna do you one solid. I'm gonna announce something that we're doing that nobody knows about. Even the media team don't know.
What's that?
Because they don't
be listening to you.
Oh,
I wouldn't either.
So so there's another class that we're getting ready to start offering. So we already offer the math, the science, the coding, the sewing class. art class, cursive handwriting. But we're about to bring, this is 3 months out, an aviation class, teaching aviation. For kids and
Really?
stuff, yeah.
That's big, Alvin.
Yeah.
Damn.
Nobody don't know. I ain't even told my assistant, so y'all know first.
As long as you ain't teaching them classes, we good.
No, I don't even like flying like that. But I do. But the class, I got a chance to talk to the Black Pilots of America, one of the people at another location.
For sure.
So we've been working on it for a few days. So we're trying to get the instructor. I'm excited about the simulation machine thing. It is just the bomb.
Wow. So the whole simulation machine is here.
So yeah, so that's the latest thing besides the fitness center that we just got
Can't
last week.
keep up, man.
Yeah, but the aviation class we're gonna start in. I'm trying to do it around my birthday, which is in July, when we hope to get that launched.
For
so
sure.
I'm saying this for my media team, because if I can get my media team to get on board and start getting some of this content out here that we need, they got all these cameras in here, but I'm not gonna send them lead up. I got this one. I told one of my media guys, I said, listen, so we had this game that we created, right? And so we had kind of borrowed something from another show. So my media guys said, you shouldn't be doing that because. But you notice that? So they have taught me that say you cannot be you
Can't be out here
stealing something.
stealing
I
stuff.
said I wasn't stealing it. What we do? I said, well, can you create this game? Yeah, we're gonna do that.
Thief.
I mean, I wasn't stealing. I mean, we manipulated it a little bit. So now we have our own games that we create for our kids, like healthy eating games and all that kind of stuff. They're fun games, and he gave me credit for that. But I'm waiting on him to create us some games so we can film them and produce them. But yeah,
we'll see what if you like him, because we know
I'm
gonna create a whole game.
Now I'm gonna tell you, this guy
and
is
you're gonna
really,
want to critique it.
But get this, he did some work. If I can say, on some stuff recently. Can I say that? Okay, but so he's done some stuff recently that's really high end stuff, and he's really good at what he does. So
for sure,
I know he could do these games that we're gonna create in our head, and he make them come to life. So that's what I'm excited about. If I can just get them.
Alvin, you got a whole lot going on, man.
I do.
It's been such a great time sitting here talking to you.
I've enjoyed this.
I thought I knew you, but I guess I don't. I guess there's so much more I can learn about you. I'm
having a good time. I really am.
So before we get out of here, man, I want you to really motivate those young viewers out here watching this and thinking, I can't reach my goals. I don't have the support. I don't have the resources. What would you tell them?
You look for the God inside of you. And I promise you can do it. You always have to remember, even in your worst times, your greatest times, always remember the God that's inside of you. Because he said, according to what you read, even if you hadn't read it, but you know there's something inside of you which is a God to make you be great. So regardless of how bad it looks, don't pay attention to the society saying you have to have a credit score. I done done it all. My lowest credit score was 460, and I bought a brand new Cadillac.
Amen.
So it don't make a difference. You can do anything as long as you keep trying, as long as you don't give up, and please don't pay attention to the noise in the back, because you will be. Please don't pay attention to the noise in the back that you create and the noise in the back that other people create. Just you can do it.
Now, for the young, hard-headed adults like me, that's taking those first steps out there, what would you tell them hard-headed jokers like me?
You niggas good. So I'm on Justin a lot because I see so much in Justin. I really do. Justin is so good at what he does. But I would tell you all, and you stop looking in the mirror and telling yourself you can't, it's not working right. All of the negative things that other people gonna tell you anyway. So why are you looking in the mirror, getting in that same crowd doing the same thing? You supposed to look in the mirror, it's like, I don't care what you niggas say, I'm gonna do it. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Don't and sometimes we can't do it. I mean, sometimes I don't ever doubt about what I can do. I'm concerned about the time to get it done. That's my only thing.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Well, look, it's been great, my man.
Yes.
Now, before we get out of here, go ahead and let the viewers know, where can we follow you?
So y'all can follow me. It's all about my kids, y'all, about the school. So please go to Kids, the letter R, Chef's Educational Academy. And I forgot to tell you this, I'm sorry, y'all. So it's Kids and Chef's Educational Academy. Did you know our name, we kind of surpassed Kids and Chef's Educational Academy?
Wow, what is it now?
So we had to call it still Kids and Chef's Educational Academy, but the name of the school is called Discovery Educational Center. And then we have the schools of culinary arts. We have schools of technology. We have the school of fitness. We have the school of aviation, and all these schools, just like at a university. So kids are chefs, and we have a school of continuing education. And the reason why we did that, because we offer classes to adults and kids. So you couldn't go tell your whoever's like, I'm going to take a continuing education class at Kids and Chef. So we had to rebrand.
Makes sense, for sure.
Kids and Chef Educational Center. I'm sorry, Discovery Educational Center, and all the different schools inside, including Kids and Chef.
Wow, I'm gonna have to sign up for the aviation class because we finally bought that plane at Copper. You can't fly, so I'm gonna have to fly.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be riding with you either, so I'll just catch you when you get back.
Whatever.
Yeah,
I'm gonna pull up at the varsity in the Copper.
the varsity. Wow. You just do all PWI stuff, huh?
Anyway, this your boy Dukes. It's been real, man. Stay tuned. Episode 2 is gonna be something great coming to you. And that's it.
Lighthearted and inspirational, personable, and engaging. Thanks for checking out In the Know with Dukes.